Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Holy moly, moly. Select, delete all. Boom. Good morning. What up? What up? What is that? Nice. What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you get me, you can hear me loud and clear? Just trying to confirm that. What's up? Put a little, put a little color in my face. All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I know I haven't done this in a while. What I've been doing is my one on one calls and mentorship program. It's taken a little bit of my time to organize that, but it's been dope. I got some cool patches and coins from the ATF. I thought it was super dope. ATF El Paso, what's up? Really dope. Thank you so much for sending that. I really appreciate it. Good morning, Lima Charlie. I was waiting for someone to say it. Oh, what's up, Varay? My old ranger buddy right there. That picture's got to be outdated, my homie. What up? What up? What up? Man, I'm live on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitch. We got it all going right now. Beautiful. Well, I have nothing really in particular to talk about. Just been working on some writing and just waiting for the call for Mayans season 5. So things are just moving in a good direction. What's up, Adam? Andres de la Cueva. What up, Andres? Tell the family I said what's up, man. Yeah, I can't wait on Mines as well, man. Can't wait on Mines. I can't wait for my book to come out later next year. It's gonna be November. I can't talk about it much. Sorry, I'm looking down. My bad. I can't talk about it much, but when I can, you'll hear all about it. The mentorship program is going dope. We have currently 20, I think it's 26, but don't include me and my admin and my other page. I have 2 pages running in it. So I think we have a total of 23 people participating in the mentorship program. I told you guys I was going to launch it. It is launched. Super excited about it. It's been really cool to kind of organize the teachings of the day that I'm going to be giving, or whatever the case. We're going to be setting up another call this week for Sunday. Got a couple homework assignments, and not real homework, but you know what I'm saying. But it's been good. It's been good. Veteran is back up and running. You know, we're selling some church. We got some Christmas stuff that is up and out there. Really excited about that. One of these hoodies needs to go. There we go. There we go. I gotta fix a few things. Yeah, there's a Christmas hoodie I need to order. I gotta order my own stuff just because it just makes life easier. Digging the hat. Thank you, LA, all the way. LA right now is going through some struggles. They I'm not sure if they're gonna keep my boy fucking why am I having so much trouble? Brain fog, wake up. I haven't had coffee yet. Cody Bellinger. I don't think they're gonna keep Cody Bellinger. And then also Turner. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Either way. I know. The Dodgers. Whatever. Hey, Benji, you owe me some stuff, dog. Hit me today. Gather it up, put it together. Let's make things happen. Dreams will come true, my brother. We just got to make it happen. One other thing I need to get done real quick. What is it? Light the Fuse mentorship group. I'm just going to show you this link. If you guys are interested in joining that link, check it out. I'm going to put that in here. I say Dodgers till the day I die until Utah picks up its own professional team. Then I might have to swap it up a little bit. I know what I'm missing. My light. Little accent light. You see that? Oh, that little blue tone. Get that Dodger blue up in there. All right, cool. Man, so if you guys had some questions about the mentorship group, and I'm going to explain it to you guys a little bit more, just so you understand. The mentorship group is not free because my time is not free. I put a price on my time because that's out of respect to my wife and kids. As well as I got a cool workout in with Wes Watson, which is a huge life coach, huge mentorship coach. He's a very awesome dude, high energy dude, intimidating dude. I worked out with him at like 4 a.m. one time in San Diego. I went for Comic-Con with Mayans. We went out there to do a panel, and I hit him up because I was in town. I'm like, yo, look, this is who I am. We kind of already went back and forth a little bit because he knows about Mayans, right? Blue check mark. I don't know if he has a blue check mark, but he should. But when a blue check mark jumps into the DMs and be like, yo, what up, dog? I really love what you do. I'd love to get a workout in. I do that with a lot of people. I say, hey, I'm going to be in your town. I'd love to get a workout in. I've done it with I can't even tell you how many people I've done this with. And so Wes Watson, I knew I was going to San Diego for Comic-Con. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm going to be in town. I'd love to work out with you, whatever time that is. I don't care what time, I'll make it happen. He said 4 a.m., be there, homie. I was like, boom, got it. I get to San Diego. I do a couple interviews, do a couple pictures, do the thing, right? I had some homework I had to get done because I'm still going to college. I do like one class every 5 weeks, something like that, whatever the case. So I'm just getting my little work done, and then I'm like, I got to get some sleep. I'm having trouble sleeping because I'm nervous about being, when you're so excited about something, and then it's like the first day of school and you can't sleep. So every like 5 minutes you check your watch and make sure you didn't oversleep. That's what I was doing because I was excited to be able to talk to Wes Watson, right? Get to the gym. This dude has like one of the fanciest cars in the world that I don't even know what the hell it is at the time. And I'm just not a car guy. So I'm like, this is beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I know it's worth a lot of money. And we just had a dope ass lift session, dude. And in that lift session, I'm just kind of picking his brain. I've thought about doing mentorship for a while, but the whole life coaching thing world, it kind of throws me back a little bit. I don't know, something about it I'm just not comfortable with. I think it's finding it a little odd, I guess. But at the same time, I also know the other side of it is there's a lot of people that want leadership, need leadership, are looking for someone that has a little bit of like mentorship who could give them some answers, who could just spend some time with them. So I know we need that in life, and I know people are searching for that. And then I also know the other side of like the life coaching thing. I've seen a lot of people that kind of ruined the whole idea for me because I'm just not a fan of what they do. So I thought Wes Watson is one of the realest dudes I've seen online. Watched a lot of his videos. I got his book. I actually handed it to my dad so my dad can read it. My nephews are all into it and all that. And so I said, this is a dude that I think is real. I don't think he's going to bullshit me. So let me just hit him up. Boom. We're out there lifting. Dude's a monster. Like ridiculous monster. I was just trying to keep up with the dude. He was doing like 90,000 sets of fucking biceps. Crazy. But in that conversation, he was saying, you got to pay attention. People have to put money towards the investment or else they don't pay attention to what you got. Right. And it's Gary Vee is another one that says, I will give you the answers and maybe 1% of you will actually take these answers and run with it. So in that idea is why I set up the number I did for my mentorship program. And I find it fair. And there's a lot of cool things on top. So either way, so the mentorship, yes, it is. There is a fee. You guys can go online and go check it out. And in that, what we do is 4 calls a month, as well as a one-on-one during that month. I like to know who I'm talking to, who's looking for mentorship, and what is their exact problem that they're trying to fight. I wrote this book during season 2 of the Mayans. Part of my like personal growth. Oh, I see what's happening here. Boom, there we go. Get that out of the picture. So part of my personal growth in life, I decided that I was going to try and continue to get better in all facets of my life. One of them, if you know my background, I wasn't a good reader. I graduated high school at like a fifth grade reading level. I kind of fooled everyone. You know, the funny guy in the corner didn't know how to read, so he just made more jokes. I got along with everyone like Miss Congeniality and this motherfucker. I'm friends with every club you can think of. I'm in the painting club. I used to paint murals under the freeways. I was part of a program that would paint over graffiti, and we'd paint murals in high school. And so I'd be one of those dudes that paint murals in high school with the school. So those were the kind of like the artsy kids. And then, you know, I was in every club you can kind of think of just because they're friends in their group or whatever the case. Then I was in baseball team. I played on the football team. I played on the basketball. They're still there. They are, homie. They're all there. I know. I get pissed when I see someone trying graffiti over one of those. Like, bro, I used to do those. But I used to play on some of the basketball summer teams and stuff, and just hang out with the dudes. And so I was friends. I had a big gambit of friends. But in class, so I was always kind of like comfortable trying to be funny and trying to be just like the jokester. But in the end of the day, I never knew how to read. I was the guy that used to count 5 people ahead and try and count the paragraphs. You're like, we're gonna read per paragraph, and you start counting ahead, and you're like, okay, this is my paragraph. And then you start reading as fast as you can. You're like, oh man, don't. What is that word? Don't fuck this up. And then all of a sudden, one of these fucking high achieving ass kids reads 2 paragraphs. You're like, bro, you just fucked up my count. So I got to go back and read again. And it's exhausting. It would get so exhausting and so much anxiety that I'd sometimes just leave the class and go piss, or I don't even care if I got in trouble. I just walk out the class because I'm like, I don't care. Whatever that excuse is, I'd rather not be embarrassed with my friends because I can't read any of these damn words. And that's hard to do. It's hard to deal with in life. And so one of my biggest things in life was once I learned how to read, once I worked on understanding what dyslexia was, and I got older, I kind of decided that I know I have a problem with reading. I know words get all fucking twisted in my head. I can't tell you what a B and a lowercase b and a D they'll never have an answer that I can figure that out. I always have to capitalize it first, and then this is just, my head is just works a certain way. But I've learned how to work with that, right? I've learned how to kind of cope with it. And so even when I wrote this book, I told the editor, said, look, I have dyslexia, and I'm not sure what kind of the level of it, right? It's enough that I'm intimidated, and it also, I know I spin my words around, as I also spin my senses around. My thought process is kind of in a twist sometimes when you go to writing. And so when she was editing it, she goes, well, I don't want to mess with it too much because I kind of love that that's how you write. And I'm like, all right, well then leave it. So this book is genuinely almost like having a conversation with me. And I'm not promoting this book in any sense. Like, you don't have to go buy it. I don't care. I've actually made it the cheapest I possibly could for Amazon. And so Amazon sells for like $13. I make nothing off of it. I think I make like, in the end of the day, I think I make like every book bought like 15 cents or something very like ridiculous. So never wrote this to make money. I wrote it to just kind of put my words on paper and feel accomplished about something. And I wrote it in a sense of kind of a transition book, not for just veterans, but just the transitions in life and kind of like the hurdles that we all kind of face in different things. The forward is written by Jocko. Hey, that's just a buddy of mine, so he just did me a solid. I'll say chapter 1, it says transition, the inevitable. And I pretty much talk about how we demonize transition. We demonize the concept of transition, right? We make it as if it's a bad thing. In the military, you get out of the military and people are like, oh my God, transition's so hard. And because we've kind of given it a negative kind of messaging, right? We've talked about messaging before on the podcast. And since we've given it negative messaging, that gives everyone else the anticipation of they're going to face something negative. And so we've kind of created this really dark cloud I've talked about for veterans getting out because they're scared of transition, which is very interesting because if you think on the other side, you have people that get out of the college and their transition is they graduated finally and they can go on to do their career field and they're excited about their transition. So in that perspective, we've kind of demonized our own version of what transition is, and we stopped being honest with ourselves and saying transition is normal. Everybody goes through transitions in some point in life. And we should be excited about change. We should be excited about the opportunity for transition. We should be excited that now we have an opportunity to take all the skill sets we've learned in the military, right? And ball those up and use those in civilian world and see how successful we can be there now, right? In the same time as like college students, they get all excited, like, oh, I'm gonna have a new career. Yeah, because you've accomplished something and that's awesome. And you've learned things in school, and those things you've learned in school, you're gonna take with you into your next career field. And so when we demonize something that is the inevitable, we've given ourselves a hurdle. And that's part of what I like to talk about in like these mentorship groups and to you guys is stop creating hurdles. Stop being in your own damn way, right? Because think about how human transition is. Uh, we go from crawling, we go from not even crawling, from just sitting there on our back, like, bah, right, to crawling, to walking, to running. That's a transition, right? Like everything we do in life is a transition. So if you start to expect like this is what happens in life, we transition. As we get older, we go from walking one way to another. As your body starts to change, as it starts to break down, you have to transition. Everything is a transition. It's we're evolving, we're growing, we're dying. And I believe if you soften that blow and realize like it's the inevitable, we're going to transition through all kinds of different phases in our life, and it's okay. Embrace that shit. Same as like divorce. People that go through divorce, they don't understand that, right? They don't realize it's a transition. It sucks, but it's just a transition. We can get through that too. And then the other one put, chapter 2 is transition to the veteran conundrum. Chapter 3 is the asshole in the mirror, self accountability, and that is really about self accountability. Most of the time, if your life isn't going the way you like it, you can look in the mirror and blame that person because usually we are the creators of our own calamity. And that's just the truth. So yeah, you're like, oh man, my marriage is falling apart. Yeah, but you're drinking too much. And you're probably not paying attention to your wife. You're not nurturing that relationship. And because you're drinking too much and your relationship's not going so good, also work is starting to get affected. Right. It's kind of like this compounding interest of shit. Yeah, we do it to ourselves. Chapter 4 says, who the fuck am I? Identity, right? Because a lot of guys struggle with trying to figure out the identity. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear at first. Is there an audiobook? There is an audiobook version. Yeah, it's not me speaking it because I didn't have the time, but yeah, you can go check it out. My ideologies on identity have shifted slightly because I mean, since I've written this book, it's been about 3 years. And on my path of growth, I've kind of learned more things about identity, and I've kind of thought outside the box of what everyone wants to tell me what identity is, and it's a different perspective nowadays. But yeah, chapter 4, identity. Chapter 5, motivation, direction. Chapter 6, balance. Probably my favorite chapter in the book, balance. For those of you who are married and work and trying to find that work-life balance of being a good father as well. There's some cool points in there and some cool things and takeaways that I've learned in my life. Chapter 7, fear. Chapter 8, acceptance. Chapter 9, competition. Chapter 10, gratitude, humility, death. Yeah. And, some acknowledgments and stuff like that. So pretty cool book. I don't know. It is what it is, but I'll be using a lot of this book I'll be using for taking notes for the mentorship group. Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's really cool to have this group of dudes and it could be women too. It doesn't matter. Anyone could join the group, male, female, military, law enforcement, civilian, doesn't matter. It's open to anyone. And I find it fascinating, what people are in search for, and we're in a world with an abundance of information, and how we soak in that information and receive that information can be overwhelming at times. And I think that's why you have more people that are lost or looking for kind of a mentor or looking for direction, because there's so much coming at us left and right, and people saying you should do this, you should do this, like, yeah, be vegan and like be keto, and then there's like it's in every direction, but in everything, not just diet, but if you could talk about fitness, at one point everyone's like, I love CrossFit, and then next it's like I just love bodybuilding, or it's like if you haven't noticed, if you haven't taken a back seat and just watched everything, it's like a revolving door of what's the cool fad this week or these next 2 weeks. Everybody's doing fucking cold dips. Everybody. Not saying anything wrong with them. I think they're fucking sweet. But everybody right now, that's the cool thing. If you guys haven't realized, that's the cool thing to do right now is like the cold water plunge. And everyone's like, dude, have you tried it? Wim Hof? Hof, bro. And I actually like it. But I think it's funny because it's just the thing right now. And I think in a year, there will be a new thing. And it's probably going to be like walking across hot coals. and we're gonna find the correlation between walking across hot coals and how it stimulates the brain cells or something. It's an interesting thing, and so I love watching from like this bird's eye view of all the fads and things that are happening, and I like to kind of take a different perspective, like, okay, that's cool. What's the, what's the yeah. I think it's funny. The recycling trends of clothes. Yeah, I used to wear extremely baggy clothes, and now my daughters are wearing baggy clothes, and I find it funny. And my sons are wearing more like fitted jeans. Uh, I'll see you later, Adam. So, like, Dustin, what's up? Dustin, what's up? I find it interesting that there's so much information, and there's new studies coming out like every week, everything. And it makes me, if I take a back seat, like I said before, and kind of watch this, it makes me feel like um we have to kind of take control of our own thought process and not allow ourselves to be manipulated by any kind of social media influencer slash, just because it's in your face doesn't mean it's right. We have to actually take the time to do our own, I guess I wouldn't even say research, I would say more, take our own perspective on everything, and like actually soak that in, try it, and be like, yeah, this works, or it doesn't. I don't care if it's cool, I don't fucking like it, and that's okay. I think too many times people are looking to fit into the groups, fit into the masses, be a part of a tribe, but they don't really wholeheartedly believe in something. I think you got to believe in something, man. You got to love it. So, like in the writing world, I'm learning. I've been around a significant amount of writers in the past year and a half, putting myself through a couple courses, and yeah, the hot coal handstand challenge. That shit's gonna change your life. It's gonna fix everything. But being around all these different writers, I've realized that there's no right way of doing it. There's their way and what works for them. And that kind of goes down to leadership, where you're like, all your years of experience, you're like, I love all these leaders and I'm going to be like them. And then I hated all these leaders, I'm not going to do that. And then you kind of create this whole Frankenstein version of what your leadership program is, or what your leadership ideologies are, or what your leadership style is. And I think that goes the same for all of us. We should be very cognizant about not just soaking in something and saying, this is who I am now, but saying there's a part of this that I like for this reason, right? Because you still have to remember who you are. Because I think a lot of people are getting lost because they're jumping, they're kind of like a chameleon, and they're not really wholeheartedly understanding why they've committed to that, I guess. Trust me. This is my mind, bro. It's my mind is all over the place. This is how I think. I just kind of unravel these things in my head, and I'm just doing it right here live with you guys. So, yeah, man. So I think we have to really, really know what we want in life. And when we see a new fad or new thing that everyone keeps promoting and posting, mushroom coffee, I'm looking into it, right? I've seen mushrooms. I see mushrooms all over my fucking feed. Maybe it's for my For You stuff, but interesting because it's a new topic. It's a new thing. Everyone's talking about mushroom health, and I find it fascinating. So I'm doing a lot of research on it. I'm watching a lot of videos on it. I'm kind of just doing the deeper dive. And I don't know. I'm not sold yet. It's interesting. It's definitely something I'm looking into. I'm not 100% sold on the cold plunge yet, but I do think it's cool. And I when I read about the aspects of what it gives you, cool. I'm not absolutely sold on it, right? I wasn't absolutely sold on CrossFit because I'm just not like, I'm like, damn, I did it for like, I wasn't even CrossFit One certified at one point, and I started doing it. And I'm like, personally, I don't love it. I just like to go to the gym and do bodybuilding. But it was the cool thing. And I'm like, let's jump on board. This is great. This is functional lifting. I can fucking chase dudes and I can wear it. This is just like what I needed. But inside deep, I was like, yeah, but I like to just bodybuild. So it's just like, I just realized there's so many fads and fashions and cool things. Oh, good morning. Good morning, baby. I will wrap this up shortly. Sorry, that's my wife. Wait, do I got an appointment for my car? No, no, no. Okay, good. Yeah, you had the mushroom coffee. Go check it out. Mushrooms on pizza. I love it. I love it. Yeah, well, I'm just really getting at is we have to really be very cognizant about where we allow our energy to go. Let's not just soak in everything and take it all as facts and say yes because just because Rocco said it, it is facts. It's like don't do that. Don't do that. You're losing your own identity by just soaking in everyone else's thoughts and ideas and what they have passed as facts. You got to be your own person. You got to live with yourself. You got to look in the mirror. You got to love what you see. So, any questions before I go? It's all right, Ben. Do push-ups. Half love. Peace. Portland, West Virginia. Who? Indicated. Exercise. Home. Ho. Hey. Home. Home. Ho. Hey. Ho. You better be doing them right now. Home. Ho. Hey. Hey. Home. Ho. Hey. On the feet. At ease. All right. Now that I'm done punishing my former soldier, I'm out, y'all. If you guys have any questions, real quick, before I jump out and go hang out with the kids. Yes, the mentorship group. It is. You can find the link. I put it in there. It is. Yeah, it's a thing. I plan on continuing to do this as much as I can, and I plan to continue to help and do what I got to do. Do yourself a favor. Don't just get sucked into things in life. Don't soak in everything as facts. Do some research. Do some reading. Do some studying. Do some podcasting before you make your decision for yourself. Not everyone's going to wear the same shoes, wear the same shirt, and wear the same hat. Okay, we are all very, very different individuals. So go do that. Go be that. That's your identity. All right, y'all. I'm out.